Hello, so I'm on. Apologies if it's a little bit dark in here, but the room's already quite warm, so I don't want to switch that light on as well. So, good evening to everybody that's on. Right, Hannibal. Right, Peach. At the moment, Lynx, it's been like a sunnyish day, but not all that hot. But tomorrow, there's apparently, and going on into the weekend, meant to be some storms, which might be quite exciting. Yeah, I was showing it yesterday, Charles. Avon CT12, Hannibal. Evening, Rich. Evening, Sam. What documentary was that, Sam? Because I would watch that one if I haven't seen it yet. Right, I was volunteering today, so I've been a bit tired because obviously I was doing that all through the sort of morning, early afternoon. So when I got in, I was doing some other things, and I had a nap for a bit earlier. Well, the thing was, Peach, it was from Blades and Bows before they closed down, so it was like £35, £40. But the problem is now you won't be able to get it from Blades and Bows. I always say that as Blades and Blows, but yeah, as Blades and Bows has closed down, you won't be able to get that one anymore. But yeah, because it was in their closing down sale, they've been reduced by quite a lot. Short-sighted grenade gaming. So if I'm looking at text that's far away, I can't see it properly without my glasses on. If I'm looking at stuff up close, I don't need my glasses anyway. Blades and blowjobs. Yeah, of course I have, Lucas. I get asked that like several times on every stream now. Yeah, it's evening. Moad, it's 7 o'clock at the moment. Whereabouts you then? I'm a bit of an ass. Where I am, it's not raining at all. Yep. Yeah, definitely not raining. I see you're on the south coast then. I'll check my phone and see if we're expected rain for later on. Actually, I won't do it on my phone because got it set to airplane mode, so if anybody texts me or whatever, I don't get it beeping and irritating me. Let's see. It says for me, I could be getting rain sort of in the next couple of hours. It's very likely there'll be rain sort of but then it's meant to be raining and windy all day tomorrow. Yeah, yellow warning for rain tomorrow. Probably orange, Hannibal. That sounds nice, Peach. As I said, the big ones from eBay. All the other smaller ones are just printouts. Not really, Mike. I was just saying to people earlier that I had a bit of a nap earlier because obviously I was volunteering and all that. You've not really missed anything. I've been getting a lot of the questions I get on every stream over and over. It's still my favourite mod. It's not changed since every other day it's asked. Probably £20 to £30 Silverhood Gaming. Convert that into whatever currency you use. Never watched it, Spamro. No, I'll have to have a look later, Sam, but I've not checked. I checked the Discord probably about 11 o'clock when I was volunteering, and there wasn't much to do. Also, this came today. I won't play about with it on the stream, though, just because of all the weird laws in the UK about radio and licenses to do all the radio and don't play radio on video and all that. But yeah, this came. Unfortunately, I've not found any stations of it yet. I've been scanning quite a lot with it. I found a few bits where it seems to find something. There's a lot of interference, but I've not actually picked up anything yet. Yep. Unless you've gone up and looked, Mike. The poster one's been asked. All right, cheers, Russell. If you've got a Patreon, not a Patreon, sorry. If you've got a Discord account, if you post your ID, I can add you to the server, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. In theory, Sam, you may be able to, but as said, so far I've not really found much. And I can't show it on the stream, annoyingly, because if I tune into something, then I'm pretty sure that's illegal. £20 to £30 again, Silverhood. Most Soviet masks are around that price. That's annoying, Rich. Oh, thank you very much again, Russell. I do appreciate that. But yeah, cheers. If you ever do make a Discord account, make sure you give me your ID and then you can get on the server. But cheers anyway. I do appreciate it. That's all right. I'm a bit of an ass. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ordered anything else recently. Obviously, I bought the radio yesterday, and that came on Amazon Prime, so it came today. You can somehow switch this to FM and just pick up regular radio on it, but I've not worked out how to do that yet. Because annoyingly, the instruction manual that came with it is in German, so that's very helpful. There's like online tutorials. I watched a few quick ones to see how to do certain things on it, but like a couple of years ago, not a list. Or do you mean when I start streaming today? 7 o'clock. What did you nearly buy years ago? Oh, yeah. Oh, the Kill Bill katana. What do you mean Discord ID? You can find it on your Discord account, but you have to donate first. Right, Martin, just to warn you, as you keep spamming symbols, you're getting a timeout now. If you keep doing it, you'll just get a block because you've been doing nothing but spamming stuff all this stream. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll turn it on now because it's not on a frequency, just to show you. So obviously you turn it on by doing that. Then at the moment, because it's not on an actual frequency, it's not going to be picking anything up. So you've got a call thing, push to talk. It's got a flashlight built in, weirdly enough, so you can actually have a flashlight on it if you wanted. I don't know how many lumens that is. It's like a sort of mobile phone flashlight. You do have it on strobe as well. It's also, so you can change sort of A, B band or A and B frequency, whatever it is. You can do it like that, change the bands. You can obviously scan and do all that. It's got quite a lot of functions, but yeah, it all seems good. But as I said, at the moment, annoyingly, the actual online manual for it is in, not the online one, the one that came with it was in German, which isn't very useful for me. So I'll try and find an English manual for some things, but I've watched them because it was good, because Laserpoint linked the other day to some radio tutorials. The guy who did some of those videos on the laws, he's also done some videos on this particular radio. So I did briefly click through some of those to see how to do certain functions on it. But at some point, I'd kind of like to learn how to use all the functions on that radio. This one is a ham. I really can't tell you, Sam. I mean, ham is just kind of a slang term because it came from ham-fisted for amateur radio, as in people who don't know what they're doing with radio, as far as I'm aware. But I think it's just different frequency bands that are generally used for different things. Like most proper radio stations transmit on FM. Like different kind of radio communications obviously use different radio frequencies. So I think it's the frequency bands. But you also get like long wave, short wave, and everything else as well. All right, waiting for some comments now. Don't forget to like the stream, everybody, because there's currently more people on than like. So let's see if we can get that the other way around. I'm not asking you to like and leave because that'd be a bit irritating. But yeah, don't forget to like the stream. All right, actually, let me change it because I think YouTube's put on top chat, so I might be missing some of the messages for that reason. All right, now I've clicked live chat. I can't see any messages at all, so that's useful, isn't it? Right, I don't know if something's gone wrong with the YouTube streaming service. I can see the lights are still coming on, and I can see the counter, so I don't think it's gone down, but I can't actually see the chat, which is really annoying. Let me try and do the pop-out chat and see if that works, because I don't want to refresh the page. Okay, yeah, the problem was, sorry everybody, that the chat had broken on the YouTube thing. So I've got the pop-out chat on now. Let me just put that roughly where the other chat was. If you posted something you want me to read and I missed it, post it again. But yeah, I'm now on the live chat again. This one is a Baofeng, or whatever it's called, UV5R. As I've not got the other light on, I don't know if you'll be able to read the text on it very well. But it's considered to be a very good kind of like first one to buy, as they retail in like the £20 to £30 region, rather than, you know, like several £100s for a lot of the sort of proper brand ones. No, I don't know what that is, Bartol, sorry. No idea my name, Dan. Probably because Amazon had a load of the ones that were meant to be sent to Germany in. It isn't a multi-language manual, because I looked all the way through it. It's just literally German. Not as far as I'm aware, because it's a Chinese one, Daltade, and China uses the Huawei or Huawei ones, whatever they're called. Yeah, $30 for an M65 sign. Oh, like Gearbest stuff, yeah. Shame you didn't get it, because they might have sent you something like this if they were sending stuff. I said this is quite a good thing. But again, it's a bit confusing reading up, even when you watch the videos that try and explain it to simple people, all the sort of stupid laws we have over here that they don't have in other countries about licenses to transmit on radios and all that, or have you got a license to use your radio? Yeah, I've got a French M51 gas masks. What's my favourite movie? Ask me a genre and I'll tell you my favourite movie from that genre. Just because we've watched each other's videos on YouTube for ages, my name, Dan. Because I've always been really interested in crossbows and things like that. And for quite a long time, I think Mike was pretty much the only UK channel on crossbows and things like that. Favourite war film, Where Eagles Dare. I think once you learn the basics, it's probably not that complicated. But the problem is with like a lot of these CV radios, right, is the radio enthusiasts don't like posting what frequencies they find online in case people then change the frequencies because they know people are listening into them. So that's the annoying thing. So it's not like I can just look online, find a frequency, key it in manually, and then listen. Because obviously, if I could just literally go on Google now and it says, this is the local frequency for, you know, like the parking, like traffic wardens, whatever like that, I could key that in and listen, but you can't do that because they only share those privately because they think that if they put on a public forum or whatever, the people will find out that their radio thing isn't secure anymore and then they'll change it. Probably Delamore, Hannibal. About 130 odd, Mr. Cherry. PMK1 isn't worth much at all, like $10, $20. Yeah, well, the weird thing is it's not just the police, though, in UK, and it's technically Ofcom, which are meant to enforce the radio stuff, because they're like the broadcasting kind of committee thing. But under a freedom of information thing, Ofcom were asked, apparently, how many people have been prosecuted under all these things. The answer was 0. So again, you could probably get away with it, but like I said, I don't really want to piss about with it. But I've not got much interest in talking to people on one of these unless it was somebody I knew anyway. I find the idea of one of those radios a lot more interesting to listen into, like people thinking they're having a secure conversation. That's kind of why I got one. To see if I could listen into any secure communications things that weren't secured. Yeah, that's interesting, Mike. But the police use Tetra now, don't they? So you can't get police radios on those sort of things. But I know my mum said she used to listen to police frequencies and stuff like that, or fire service and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I like encyclopedias. As I said, Riley, yeah, you can talk to people on one of those, but you have to be careful what you do, because otherwise you can get in legal trouble. Because if you're talking on channels which aren't meant to be for general use, then you're breaking the law. If there's ones that are meant to be used by either emergency services or a specific business use, you're breaking the law. Well, it isn't a really powerful radio, technically. It's a really powerful receiver, isn't it? You need SAM for stuff like that. But even my little shortwave one picks up a lot of stuff. But again, I can't really show it on the stream because you're breaking all sorts of laws and copyrights. Favourite food? Oh, that's a difficult one. Food always gets bloody brought up on these streams. I quite like takeaway food, like Indian or Chinese takeaway. Like fish and chips as well. Favourite music, as I said the other day, prog rock. What, the HECU Marines? They've got M40 gas masks on. What about them? What's your favourite curries? Then I'm a bit of an ass. I like kormas, tikka masala. Is it Kashmir or Kashmiri? And chicken pasanda. They're quite nice because they're ones that are because with my ulcerative colitis, stuff that's really spicy can really cause me stomach problems. But milder curries are generally quite nice for me. Not sure what you're on about, Bartos. Die, Martin, is the answer to that. Favourite pre-1900 firearm? Probably, I guess, the Winchester 1873 kind of ones. I've never worn anything like that, Iron Man. I suppose jeans are technically old school clothes, aren't they? Because they're a couple of 100 years old. I'm pretty sure I've had them before, that sort of stuff. I'm a bit of an ass, but it's not something I've regularly had. If that was the 1944 film about Estonia, V, no, I've not seen that yet. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to try and find some of that stuff, Mike, because it would be definitely worth writing some of that stuff down when you find it, just for shits and giggles. Like you said, ambulance, and that might be quite depressing, but because I'm not too far away from a civilian airport, I imagine you could pick up some air traffic sort of control stuff on there. That question got asked my name down 2 minutes ago. Did you not hear me answer it? Prog rock. I've not any more scary stories. I'll do another nightmare compilation one at some point, but as I said, I'm going to wait till I've had some really interesting, weird nightmares. But on there, yeah, I've seen The Truman Show. No, I'm not from the USA. It should be obvious from my accent and the fact that I've been talking about stuff in the UK on stream. Which one? There's in World War II camos. There's Splinter or Splinter Tarn, the one the Fallschirmjäger had. There's 44 dot or P dot, whatever you want to call it. And there's Oakleaf, the famous kind of German World War II ones. There's probably more as well, but They're the three main ones I think of when I think of Germany World War II. Yeah, it's that Soviet dog tags I've got all the Russian ones with the Grim Reaper on. That's interesting, Iron Man. Paul Harrell does sort of videos on that. That's funny, Mike. So, why could she be heard on the radio then? Did they just have a radio on all the time, like a baby monitor kind of thing? I've done videos on that, Hannibal, so I suggest you watch them because there's quite a lot of choices. Favorite video game? Oddworld Abe's Exodus, and that's like from '97. Favorite RTS game was probably Stronghold or Stronghold Crusader. Favorite first-person shooter was probably Time Splitters Future Perfect. That's an interesting person. Well, the stream's done through the internet, isn't it, Sam? Not through the radio. My radio's not on, I'm not transmitting. But yeah, in theory, if I was transmitting on the radio at the same time, somebody could be listening on it. Yeah, strange, Mike, isn't it? But interesting. Yeah, I'll do another Halloween special again this year. What I'll do with the Halloween special is when it's getting closer to the time, I'll just do that as an extra video and just schedule it for October the 31st. What day is that, October 31st? It's a Thursday, so there wouldn't normally be a video on October 31st, but yeah, I'll just schedule one for that day when it gets closer to the time. I have to think of a good idea for it, though. Yeah, I like Lego. Sadly, Lego's quite expensive. Was that the Christmas one? With Santa's sack full of GP5 filters? Sam, is that the one you're on about? Yeah, if you want a decent microphone, like the Blue Snowball I've got is like the lowest end decent one you can get, and they're still like 50, 60 quid. The Blue Yeti, which is also good, is like over 100. And then, yeah, like you're saying, lots of specific microphones for singing stuff is like well over 100, isn't it? Oh, the ATF, they spoil all the fun, don't they, Lynx? See, the ATF sounds like it should be a shop that sells alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, but instead it's just, like the nastiest ABC. I won't slag them off too much on the stream, but I don't like the ATF. Oh, thank you very much, person. But yeah, don't do anything to get your car obviously suspended or whatever. Well, the thing is, Iron Man, I don't know how long the batteries last if you have the NV on continuously, but it'd be several hours. But with mine, when I charge the batteries, I don't keep them in there because for some reason, annoyingly, it drains them even when it's turned off and you've got the batteries in there. So I just store the batteries in the bag separately. But yeah, decent high-capacity rechargeable AA's, you'd get several hours use, probably 4 or 5 hours at least, if you had the night vision on with the IR lamp on at a low setting. If you had the batteries in and the IR lamp on the highest setting, it might drain them in less than an hour, though. Well, all I want to know about the ATF, Riley, I learnt at Waco and Ruby Ridge. What do you mean, in theory, could I eat a potato? I like potatoes. Yeah, Canada, because it was a Commonwealth country, did lots of masks like the British ones, sometimes just in different colours. Right, you might want to wash all that talc off then before you wear it. Just a good idea. But yeah, the 4A1's a nice mask at least. Yeah, I mean, potatoes are really versatile, aren't they? Because you can obviously grow them in lots of climates. As much as they shouldn't be your only food source, they're quite a good food source of filling you if you've not got, much choice of food in sort of poor countries or whatever. And you can make vodka out of potatoes and whatever. I really like potatoes, but I can't have too much potatoes because it seems to upset my UC at night because they're quite starchy. So as much as I do really like chips and potatoes and things, I need to make sure I never have too many potatoes in a day. Because if I have, like you're saying about all the carbs person, if I have loads of potatoes, for example, like if I have crisps at some point in the day, chips at some point, like a boiled potato or whatever later on, then I seem to have always stomach upsets. Yeah, funnily enough, though, potatoes related to nightshade and tobacco, isn't it? It's like the same family of plant. I doubt you could eat rubber at all, Mr. Cherry Slurpee. What's your favourite meat then, Iron Man? Not for YouTube stuff. I've been recognised in public for the local amateur dramatics group, but never for YouTube stuff. Yeah, I haven't had mashed potatoes in ages. Maybe I'll have some mashed potatoes when the stream ends, actually. So I'm sure we've got both instant mashed powder and real potatoes in the kitchen. So yeah, maybe I'll do some mashed potatoes with butter and mayonnaise once the stream ends. Sounds good. The best meat I ever tried was when I was in Finland and we had reindeer. Reindeer was really interesting tasting. But yeah, steak or beef's really nice, isn't it? What's the cut of beef they use in pasties? Because it's a cut of beef that isn't particularly tender, but it's got a really strong flavour. Yeah, of course I'll do more, Sam. I'm just needing to get duplicates of masks I already have that I've not already done the videos on. I quite like mash as well, where you've got onion in it. Maybe I'll do some mash with onion chutney, but I quite like mash with, like bits of onion in. Oh, I'm glad. You can make porridge like healthy or unhealthy, which is the thing I like with porridge. Let me just search what it is because I'm interested in. Pasty beef type. Because it has a particular name because it's like not a tender cut. Beef skirt, that's it. Skirt steaks are actually a diaphragm muscle located in the area just below the ribs of the cow. The outer skirt steak is from the plate section below the rib and in between the brisket and flank. For the outside cut, butchers will typically leave the membrane attached, which should be removed before cooking. Yeah, it's prized for its flavour rather than tenderness, apparently. No, I've never tried to do a proper short film, just lots of short films on YouTube. But they're more like history, just vlog videos, aren't they, YouTube? Yeah, I like pulled pork and pulled beef. Yeah, I know Review Bra. You mean Report of the Week is his proper name, isn't it? I've got some lighter videos coming up, VDNH. One on that World War II Italian lighter. One on the... Hang on, I'll go on and tell you what they are. I think one's the... Let me just see if I close the pop-out chat, if the regular chat works again. No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to have to keep the pop-out chat then. Bear with me a second. Right, I'll give you the dates of the videos, so if you want to watch them, you know when they're coming up. There's a lighter video on August the 18th. A lighter video on August the 23rd. Lighter video on August the 25th. And a lighter video on September the 4th. So if you've missed the lighter videos, there's like 4 coming up within a month's time at the moment. You click the like button, Delta, same as on the regular video. Yeah, I've heard people arguing if pork's a red or white meat. I don't actually know, but it seems always more like chicken to me, or turkey pork, when it's actually, you know, cooked and you see it without any sort of sauce on it or anything. I've had ostrich before, and I think kangaroo peach. Both of those are quite nice. Dream gas mask, probably the Canadian C4 at the moment. I've never had a problem with red meat affecting my UC Personally, I don't not risk, what's the word? I'd say personally, I don't take too much stock in all this. This will give you cancer, that will give you cancer. Because other than things like, you know, the really high-risk things like cigarettes and stuff like that, most of this is like, oh, it over the course of a lifetime gives you a 2% chance of cancer. Who fucking cares? My 4U still works, Connell. Do you mean if the battery's fully charged, how many lights can you get out of it before it's totally discharged? I've never ran it down. Yeah, well, you can get cancer as well, even if you had the most bland, boring diet, because it can just be down to bad luck sometimes. What's wrong with lamb? I really like lamb. Lamb and sheep and everything. Most animals, I think, are quite tasty, to be honest. I could never be a vegan or vegetarian. As much as I don't eat as much meat as I used to, all animals are tasty. Lamb pasties are nice as well, actually. Let's see how many people in numbers have ulcerative colitis. How many people have ulcerative colitis? In the US, it affects as many as 907,000 people. So what's the population of the US in millions? Because if the US population, say, was 600 million or something like that, then it would be 1 in 600, so 1 in 6,000, I guess. Let's have a look at UK. It's estimated around 1 in every 420 people living in the UK has ulcerative colitis. This amounts to around 146,000 people. It can develop at any age, but is most often diagnosed in people aged between 15 and 25 years old. I think I was about 20, 21 when I developed UC. So yeah, that definitely goes into that thing. Oh, it's 300, sorry, not 600 million. Sorry, my bad. So it was about half the number I was thinking. Like I said, not a list. I personally would not care at all what they say about this meat gives you cancer, that meat gives you cancer, because other than things like heavily drinking every day, which obviously is more likely to give you cirrhosis than the cancer, smoking, which is obviously going to give you lung cancer and things like that, I wouldn't worry too much. They shouldn't be allowed to advertise shit like that, to be honest, Sam, because that pisses me off as somebody of that, if they can try and con people into thinking that, you know, there's some brand of medicine. It's because your genes are fucked, basically. Your immune system starts attacking your body. There's no way they can fix it unless they work out how to reprogram DNA. Yeah, I've seen Watership Down years ago. Yeah, I've got eczema as well, my name Dan. I've had a really irritating bit under that bit in my joint where like sweat sometimes sets it off at the moment. You probably can't see it on the stream, but it's been really itchy the last few days. Ah, cool, Peach. How much did you get that for, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, I've got eczema, hay fever, asthma, ulcerative colitis. All of those are immune system things not working right. Well, if it's deactivated, it's deactivated, isn't it? You can get airsoft and replicas that do that, but I think deact shouldn't really do much because you don't want them then saying, look, they're converting them into real guns, completely ban them. In theory, CBD does all that stuff, person, just because CBD, if you just Google effects of CBD and read up a proper medical thing where they explain what it does. But yeah, CBD is meant to do lots of different things to the body. It's quite good in the UK, at least, links, because as much as those companies are dicks for the prices they charge, at least where we've got socialised healthcare, you never have to worry about not being able to afford medication. I mean, there is all the debates on whether or not the NHS can afford to put certain effective medications available for that. But for me, for example, I pay for my prescriptions annually, so if my doctor ever prescribes something, I can just literally go and get it for no extra cost. The Act Thompson's like over £1,000. Iron Man, same with like MP40s. But even Sten guns now like £500, £600. No idea, Riley. You can definitely buy lots of deactivated gun parts, but you need a proof signature to say that the gun's deactivated. But I suppose in theory that's just the receiver, isn't it? So if you bought a receiver that's deactivated with the deactivation certificate, and then you put a load of other parts on, it's still a deact gun, isn't it? Because the receiver's still the deact bit. But lots of deact gun sites here sell all the different parts, like stocks, barrels, magazines, all that sort of stuff. Ooh, now that's an interesting thing, isn't it? If people 3D printed a fake gun, would they get arrested? Don't try it. Yeah, my granddad's fine, thank you. Don't know why you keep asking that at the moment. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Peach. Yeah, you can't saw off the barrel, can you, or anything like that? I might have some CBD later because I've been having some stomach pains today, so I might put a load of CBD in my vape again, I think. So I've still... Actually, I'll tell you what I might do. Once the stream ends, I might order another bottle of CBD because mine's quite low. So I might as well get one while I think about it. That way I don't have to worry about running out before I get another bottle. Annoyingly, at the moment, when I'm searching CBD, loads of stuff coming up isn't CBD. Right, let's take out the word e-liquid and just put CBD in and see if that gets better results. Has eBay banned people from selling CBD or some stupid shit on there now? Because I can't find much CBD stuff at all now. That's fucking irritating. It looks like eBay has stopped the sale of CBD liquids, so I'm going to have to... what I'll do then is I'll just buy it from, I think Simply e-liquids still do CBD oil, so I'll just buy from them. No, I can find other e-liquids on it, Riley. If it's burning plant matter, Sam, it won't be good for your health. I'm going to remove your comment, person. Don't worry, you're not in trouble, but don't talk about that sort of stuff on here just because it's a very dodgy, sort of legal. All right, thank you, Peach. Yeah, let me do that now. Let me Google it and bookmark it. You might have said that website before. What, the Free Weed UK, is that? I can't even find that site coming up on Google. That's annoying. Can you put a link in, Peach? It will let you put a link in because you're a mod. Can you link me to the exact site? There's still debate whether or not e-liquids are bad for your lungs. They're probably not good for your lungs, but they're obviously a lot less harmful than cigarettes. It does piss me off, all this big stuff against stuff that's a legitimate, good thing. Right, let me have a look on Simply E-Liquid while you guys are chatting amongst yourselves, just to see if they I find Simply E-Liquid bookmarks, but for whatever reason the bookmark isn't working. Similar. Right, let's have a look. So CBD. No results? What the fuck? Okay, have they like started outlawing CBD in the UK now? Yeah, I know it's a lot safer than smoking gadget. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying, is it completely safe? That's because they've never said 100% safer, have they? They've always said things like 95% safer, which is still a risk I'm definitely going to take. But Cannabidol, my name, Dan. No, your link's not coming through, Peach. No, my local pharmacy sells CBD, so worst case scenario, I'll have to go up there. Does Holland and Barrett still sell it? If Holland and Barrett sell it, what I might do is just put in a decent online order for quite a lot of CBD, just in case the government's going to fucking ban it, because at the moment they've been going, oh, evil cannabis again. So, oh, fucking hell, the CBD on Holland and Barrett is really overpriced. It's £200 per 100 millilitres, £60 per 30 millilitres. So I'm not buying it at that price. Yeah, well, cannabis has THC and CBD in it, so it's just CBD extract, basically. Yeah, but sadly, because I'm in the UK, it's not like you can just drive across a border easily, is it, and buy something. You have to actually come back for a customs thing. And as I've said, let's not talk about breaking the laws, please, on these streams. Yeah, it pisses me off on eBay you can't buy fucking knives, even though there's nothing wrong with selling them. Well, as I said, I'm going to mention it because it's my own health problems gadget, but as I said, what can I do? I'm just going to have to do some Google searches now to see if I can find some suppliers. Definitely gonna have to get one of the higher MG ones, because these are the same price for like 100 MG as 300 MG. Yeah, at least I found a site that seems to sell it, so I'll have a look into that when the stream ends. Alright, cheers, Deltade. Oh, cheers, Links. Are you already on the Patreon? Alright, cheers, Deltade. Let me Google that one as well. I'll bookmark them. Because I wouldn't mind getting some more e-liquids soon as well, so I might just bundle some regular e-liquids in with CBD. The only annoying thing for me with CBD is because I'm on codeine as a painkiller for ulcerative colitis, CBD helps me and codeine helps me. But CBD neutralizes some of the effects of opioids. So that's one of the really annoying things. Yeah, you're already on the Discord. Thanks again, Links. It's just I generally check that with the people at the moment just to make sure that nobody runs into a situation where they donate and then can't get on. I like my foul of plastic furniture. Where they de-axe it, you can't get the furniture off properly, unfortunately. I like the wood furniture for the foul, but I can't really get mine off without damaging it, so I'll leave it. Yeah, I've had stuff before that, because the thing is you have to be careful about is hemp oil and CBD aren't the same thing. Because although CBD comes from hemp oil and CBD aren't actually the same thing, are they? Because I've tried hemp oil tablets before and they had no effect on ulcerative colitis, but CBD does. Oh, nice. On here you can get the things sorted by high VG ratios. That's good. No results for CBD on 88 vape, I'm afraid, so they don't do it anymore. Unless it's just not coming up under CBD. No, I've not got that. I've got eczema. I've never heard of that before until I just Googled it. Well, in the UK as it stands, CBD is legal, so I don't have a problem with people talking about CBD itself, because it's perfectly legal. As much as the government is now going, oh, we need another war on drugs. Can't have those fucking people having cannabis. Now, what I've got, Links, is the one I quite like using at the moment is this one. You can get these for like £20 on Amazon. Arrow TC80, and it comes with a fairly decent bottom-loading vape tank as well. So to refill it, you basically just do this. Hold it that way up. Put the e-liquid in that way so it doesn't overflow. Re-screw it on. Put it that way round so it sinks back into the wick, and then it's got the adjustable airflow thing. Because I've got some custom kind of vape tanks as well, but the one that came with this one is actually pretty good for a £20 unit. In your opinion, Riley, people with chronic illnesses can be pretty fucked, can't they? Anyway, I don't want the stream to get too negative. It's just I sometimes get quite annoyed where obviously I've got a condition and other people think they know more about it than I do. Like, I trust my actual consultant doctors to know more about it than me, but not random people on the internet. It might be a shit tank, Deltide. I don't know. Because I had one tank that would keep leaking no matter what I did. And in the end, I just ended up buying a new tank and stopped using it. Just because it was a shit tank, basically. And that's good if people are quitting smoking to use vapes. I don't see any problem with that. Uh, it could be. With mine, I think it was just a really bad O-ring around the coil section, because obviously how these work is where, because mine would always leak through the air vent on the shit one. It was a design similar to this, but not this one. This one's never leaked. So where you've got the airflow bit there, there's obviously like O-rings under that, so only air can come through. So in theory, you know, liquid can't come through that bit. And I think it was just a really bad O-ring on that section. So what would happen would be that now and again the O-ring would just come a bit loose and all the liquid just rush out the bottom. Sometimes I tell jokes, Iron Man, but I don't do it like all the people on Mike streams, or it's constant shit jokes all stream. I don't have any real firearms, but you can get real firearms in the UK. Yeah, the one I've got that's really good is this Zenith one, but that was like a £20 tank that I've got on there. And as I said, this actual unit was a £20 unit in total on Amazon, and it came with that tank that's actually pretty good. If I had land to own a firearm where I could legally shoot it, I definitely would get one, but I don't. So, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't approve of a lot of vaping stuff anymore. And I'm not going to keep buying vapes. I just have enough for what I need, which is, you know, a couple. Just so I can have one charged up at all times while I use the other one. And it also means I can put different e-liquids in different tanks if I want to. Not at the moment, Rich. When my neighbour's on holiday, and I have no idea when that is, I'll definitely do a load of sword videos and outside content then. But at the moment, I don't really feel like going around and waving a sword if they're enjoying sitting in the sun in their garden. I've not deleted any of your comments, Stefan. YouTube's probably hiding them if you put stuff in they don't like. Yeah, but do you know, Riley, why the main reason was that people got hooked on opioids in the US? It was mostly because with your health system in the US, let's be honest, it's total shit. The UK health system isn't great, but at least it's partially socialized. So if you're a very poor person, you can still see a doctor and, you know, there's no issue there. So the problem is in the US, right? Somebody goes to the doctor and they have cheap health insurance that doesn't cover them properly, or they don't have health insurance. They've got chronic pain, like their back's fucked or whatever, and they need to keep working to not become homeless. So the doctor says, your insurance isn't going to cover you to get physiotherapy or whatever, but I can put you on OxyContin or something like that. So basically what ends up happening is somebody who has no other option has to go on opioids. That's the only option they've got. That's why it's become such a problem in the US. And that's not the fault of opioids. It's the fault of only prescribing people opioids, because you can't afford to give them anything else. There's so many that are good, Preston. Watch my videos where I recommend different masks, because it depends what country you're in and everything else. Yeah, because this is the thing. If you went to the doctors and you had really good health insurance, they could book you in for physiotherapy, sort you out a painkiller for short-term use, and you'd be fine. But yeah, the problem is that if you go to the doctors and you're on very cheap health insurance or whatever, they're literally like, well, your health insurance would cover you to have non-stop OxyContin, but they won't give you anything else, and that's why people get hooked. You're in England. At the moment, Avon FM12, Spassiani TR2002s, some of the Chinese masks you can get I've reviewed before. No, I'm not a doctor, my name, Dan, I have no idea. The problem with the MC1, though, is it takes GOST filters, not NATO filters. So unless you can keep affording to buy Polish FP5 filters, it's not a very good mask for that reason. Let's have another quick look on that vape site at the ones. Okay, it's $39.99 for 30 milliliter 300 mg one. So I guess I'll get one of those. I'll get that after the stream. I don't care what the flavour is. I just honestly need a bit more CBD just when I get all the stomach pains. It's that one from the Finger Family video I did, James, ages ago. A parody of that. Yeah, exactly, Iron Man. It does piss me off when you get people in other countries who've never used the NHS going, oh, it must be awful because it's like a socialised thing. There are a lot of problems with the NHS, but it's definitely, I'd much rather have the system we have, even with all the faults it's currently got, than a system where if you're poor, you're fucked, basically. Yeah, well, the main problem we have here, person, isn't it, is where basically just the money that's meant to go to the NHS no longer goes to the NHS. Yeah, in Poland, like you're saying, they're like £1 or £2, aren't they? Like 5 zloty or something. Well, I do think, Preston, that if you've got a good guy with a gun, you can stop a bad guy with a gun. Because, as I've said before, you can argue all you want about the US Second Amendment and everything, but it's the constitutional right in America for people to have guns. So really, the only way of stopping mass shooters is to have decent people armed with guns so they can shoot back. It's turned into a weird politics, miserable kind of medical stream today. It wasn't meant to be a politics one, but it's mostly been all about drug and health legislation today, weirdly. So take what you will. It wasn't meant to be a political stream, but it kind of got onto it when I started moaning about CBD not being available. Yeah, I've quit smoking actual tobacco, Iron Man. So what's that, like 7 zloty or something? 7, 8 zloty, not a list? I've not even heard of those, person. You'd have to explain it, but I'm going to finish the stream in about 2 minutes, just to warn you. Oh yeah, the food bit was alright. That wasn't negative, was it? Talking about food for once, that was a bit I actually enjoyed, because I want to have some mashed potatoes now. I know there was 2 shootings the other day in America. It's both a stimulant and a relaxant, isn't it, tobacco? It's one of the odd ones like that. I don't know what you mean by that, Preston. What do you mean, go to the drawer? As in, go to the knife drawer and just pull out a knife? Cheers, Preston. Yeah, I do. Post your Discord ID and I'll add you before the stream ends. Thank you for that. No, Iron Man and his mullets again. If it's something they properly investigate, not like I don't like somebody, so I'm going to say they're mentally ill, but really they should always investigate everybody, because I know with one of the school shooters, he'd been reported by quite a lot of people in a month leading up to it, and they didn't take his guns away, and then he shut up the school. So really, the law enforcement was to blame there. I've had a couple of like vegan and vegetarian burgers before, and they're actually quite nice. But I don't think there's anywhere locally that does them easily, to get. Well, it's the same view I have on drugs, Gabriel, that really they should legalise pretty much everything and then just tax it. Because that way you're just going to undercut all of the criminal gangs that are killing a lot of people, making a hell of a lot of money, causing problems for the police and everybody. where stuff's prohibition, because weirdly making stuff illegal doesn't stop people wanting to take it. Right, let me add you now before I go off. Well, as I said, I'd have no problem with cocaine being legal or drugs. Even fucking heroin, in my opinion, should be legal. Well, it'd be actually called diamorphine if it was legal, not heroin. But, you know, my opinion is that if people want to abuse a substance, they're going to do it anyway. And you might as well just completely cut criminal gangs out of the equation by having stuff that is taxed. The money can go towards good things, you know, and doing it that way. Right, let me go to friends. Add friend. Your link didn't work. Is there? I'll try it without the spaces. Is it red coat rather than red coats? Oh, it depends. Lots of drugs are synthetic drugs. But do you mean like the fake weed stuff now that's causing all those problems? Oh, the red coats. Okay. Let me try the capitalization. It's still not working. No, is coats capital as well? No, it's still not working. Well, yeah, the thing is, right, with those, in the UK, we had stuff like spice and all that, and at one point it was legal. It was called a legal high. And at that point, companies had to put on the label what was in it, and it was fine. The government decided to ban it. As soon as they banned it, it went even worse, basically. Any amount is fine for Discord, but obviously $1 plus is preferable. 99 cents is fine, yeah. But yeah, your thing's still not working, Preston. Are you sure your ID number was 3063? The spice must flow. That's what the spice is. Yeah, mullets are a hell of a drug, aren't they, Mike? Don't abuse mullets. You'll look like that. Noz, yeah. Noz used to be popular. And again, it's because it's one of those things that you can buy it as a cooking thing, so it's very easy for people to get it if they want it. Yeah, well, crocodile is just really shit heroin, isn't it? Where it's got all shit mixed in because, again, it's a legal drug. 3036. Ah, that was why you put it as 3063. That was why there was a problem. Still not working. Let me try it with not a capital C. No, it's still not working. Cheers, Gabriel, but you're already on the Discord. But thank you. Before I go off, I'm just seeing if Preston can sort me his Discord thing out, as he's given a donation. I'd like to get him on there, but at the moment, copy and paste the entire thing again, Preston. That's probably for the best. Oh, fentanyl is just a really strong opioid. There's carfentanil, which is even stronger, but it's like the World Health Organization actually thinks fentanyl is a really useful drug because, again, it is for an end-of-life painkiller. Well, he's done the S10 now, Evan. If you look, it's down there. I think next he's going to do one of the parody poster type things, but the S10 one's available now. Right, Preston, what you might have to do, because I need to finish the stream, is on a regular YouTube comment, double check what your Discord ID is. Right, let me try that again. Yeah, it's worked that time, thank you. Yeah, you got in just before the end. I was going to say you might have to just post it on a regular video comment. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've done that in my VM44 video, Gabriel. When that goes live, you'll see him in that same video. Oh, the reason a lot of people were dying the name Dan is because it's a lot stronger than heroin, and they were lacing heroin with it because it was cheaper. But in terms of being like, if you had it as a pure medical drug and it was suitable for you, then it would be fine, like a lot of things. No, tomorrow I'll be streaming much earlier in the day because it's Friday. I might be out Friday evening as well, in which case I might miss Weapon Collector's stream. I don't know yet. Mike, I'll let you know on Twitter tomorrow when I know. But anyway, thank you for all the donations, everybody. I do appreciate it because obviously it helps pay for masks and all the other stuff behind me. So yeah, as soon as I end the stream, I'm going to sort out my CBD liquid. So I've got a decent amount of CBD liquid for my chronic illness before the government decides to ban it. I did, and it didn't work, Nautilus, because it's so old and damaged. Well, if you OD, you die. That's what overdose means. Overdose. But anyway, that's enough talk about drugs. Let's finish the stream. See everybody. You're on Twitch at 10, Mike. I should hopefully be able to capture that if I don't fall asleep because I'm still quite tired. But yeah. If you've accepted the thing, as soon as you accept the thing, Redcoat, I'll send you a thing on there to invite you to the server. Anyway, bye everybody. Otherwise, I'm not going to get off. So see everybody. Good evening. Yeah, see you 10 p.m. then, if I'm not asleep.